Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, hey, welcome to demo and review of the Phenyx PTX-10. Phenyx Pro PTX-10. Alright, so I got sent this from Phenyx Pro. Thank you guys, by the way, Phenyx Pro. They've given me an opportunity to check this out for them and show you guys and tell you guys what I think about it. Well, first off, this thing sells for $80 US on the Amazon store, or if you want to get real technical, 79 bucks. Okay, US. I'm not overly impressed. This thing needs some revamps for sure. It does have bass, mid, and treble EQ, and of course your sliders there, your master slider. Has a minus 20 dB cut, so I mean that's going to cut you down really big. Okay, you do have phantom power, as well as your master gain for your mic channel, which is kind of cool. You know, that's all right. Now you have no gain controls and no EQs on any other channels. Okay, now the delay system is part of the mic channel. Delay doesn't belong as part of a mic. It's just ridiculous. For example, there's really not a whole lot here we can do with this delay to make it any good. Because as soon as you were to stop singing, whatever echo level you have it at, or delay, it's going to go, that'll really mess up your song. So the slowest part of the delay is actually full blast on the top dial. Check, check. 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 So that's about the minimal amount of delay you're going to get before it just shuts itself off. If you go any lower, you can mute that feature, which is awesome. However, for doing any kind of vocal singing, it's going to be unusable. They need to have a real reverb or a real echo effect that's designed for vocals. Delay is great for guitars, not for vocals. Okay? Now, the delay is just for channel 1. Now, channel 2 is your guitar channel or line, because you can go either way. There's line. There's a guitar. So there's really not a whole lot of difference there. Now, it's got some pretty decent amount of output to a certain point, okay? That's actually at 3 o'clock, and the speakers are running half. So let's make sure the mic is turned off for a minute. Let's put the speakers at 3 o'clock. Pretty decent. Put that to half. Now, my speakers are 95 watts a side, by the way, and I run my speakers at about half power, so 45 watts per side. And they're bi-amped speakers. They're Yorkville YSM8s. You look them up, and they are very powerful speakers, but this thing doesn't give a whole lot of massive output to them. You're going to need some pretty powerful speakers if you're going to expect to try gigging with this thing in a live situation. So I'd probably say don't. Not unless you got some really powerful speakers. Anyways, so we're going to unplug this channel, so we're going to make sure it's off. Now, channel 3 is a mixed channel. It's either single mono, which goes to both speakers, or the right channel is just right channel only. So if you want to run something in stereo for left and right priority, plug in a keyboard or an MP3 player that has 2 1/4-inch jacks to an 1/8 inch jack on your MP3. I actually have an adapter cable like that. So anyways, here we are in channel 3-4 combo. Now let's put this at half. Wow, hardly any output. There's full blast to the monitors. There's 3 o'clock on the dial. There's full blast everything. Now let's just put this at half for a second. Let's put this at half. Wow, you can almost not even hear that. Okay, so back to the guitar channel. And we're going to put the guitar channel at half. Okay, so not too good. So our next and final test, putting the guitar into the microphone channel. Now we're going to put this slider halfway up. Let's bring it up higher. Master at 3 o'clock and this at about half. So the mic channel, it has its own gain, so that really helps it out a lot. But the main guitar channel doesn't have a boatload of output, but it's way better than the 3 and 4 because the 3 and 4 have almost nothing. So you better have a gainable device, okay, something that has its own preamp to really push something through, like an MP3 player is about what you're stuck with, or a piano that has variable line out, okay, through its 1/4-inch jacks. I used to have the Yamaha PSR EW400 keyboard, and that would have been the perfect keyboard to plug in for stereo because it had, left and right outs. And it was variable, so the louder I turned up the piano, the more input signal I could get. That would have been a better kind of a keyboard to actually plug into channel 3 and 4. But you should be able to use the mixer and have enough output no matter what you stick into this thing. Okay, now the mic channel having its own gain is definitely going to have more anyways, because any channel that has its own separate gain will have, and mic channels primarily have the gain controls. Your channels that you use for guitar and whatnot generally don't have gain, at least on smaller mixers, but they may have them, of course, on larger mixers. This mixer doesn't have any gain control whatsoever except for the microphone channel. Now, the guitar channel itself is not bad, but when you're looking at the fact that my system is set up in here with my speakers, and they're halfway up, so they're actually able to push out 45 watts each for a total of 90 watts stereo power. Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere near that. I'm not even getting 5 watts. Okay, and just to show you the speakers that we're using here, sorry about that. There's the Yorkville YSM8s. That's what we're using. Okay, so yeah, not a very impressive board. Other than the microphone channel has some decent output to it. Channel 3 and 4 absolutely suck. The delay is completely and utterly useless. So I'm not even going to bother, to hook this up to my computer. I don't see a reason to show you guys anyways. Now, I will say this. I have hooked it into the computer, and with the mic channel, I can get a pretty good heartbeat, which is good. It has actually really good USB output to the computer with the mic channel. The guitar channel is actually decent. It's not bad. Channel 3, forget it. It sucks. Unless you have a preamped device in there, it's going to really suck for putting any kind of a heartbeat on your audio program you're trying to record with. And of course the delay, I did try to record a piece with the delay to try and even slow it down. The delay actually will get recorded through into the computer, which is fine. But of course you can mute it, which is also good. You do have a stereo headphone jack, 1/4 inch, and stereo headphone jack again in 1/8 inch, and of course another mic jack for 1/4 inch if you don't have either a XLR or 1/4 inch jack capable microphone. You can use like a headset mic thing and use these two. So it does have a fair amount of features. And it is powered, right now it's being powered actually from its own plug, which is down here. I'm trying to show you. Voila, that's what it's being powered by, its own cable. But I honestly, guys, I wouldn't pay 80 bucks for this. I don't think it's worth it. If well, a lot of you have seen my main mixers here. Now these are Yamaha mixers. They're nothing majorly special. They're 12-channel mixers. They're about 500 bucks new when they first came out. I paid $175 for this one at Long McQuaid a couple months ago, and the silver one I got on a trade deal. And it's a USB mixer. The blue one's not. But these are good mixers either way, you know, and you can get them used inexpensive. You got 12 channels, right? And you've got gains on your first 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you got 5 and 6 combo, 7 and 8 combo, and 9 and 10 combo. Okay, but your first 4 are your first masters. But they all have mic inputs regardless, so you can plug whatever you want. They have gains. Your first 4 main mic channels also have compressors, okay, which are handy to have. These are just wonderful mixing boards. And I hooked them into my computer via a USB box because I don't like the USB output on the Yamaha. It doesn't have very much. This thing does have quite good USB output. That at least is impressive. And of course on my Yamaha boards I have like 16 different effects, including the proper kind of echo that you should have. Not this delay stuff that's designed for guitars, not for vocals. So I think they need to do a little bit of reworking here. Number one, they got to ditch the delay. Get rid of that. If you're going to put an effect in this thing, put in a proper vocal effect, echo or reverb for that. That's also properly controllable. I'm fine with not having bass, mid, and treble on guitar channels, okay? Because you shouldn't anyways. If you want to EQ your guitar, you should be doing it before it goes in, which means you need an EQ pedal. You know, EQ it that way, because then you get a lot more control over 3 bands. You can get EQ pedals that have like 6, 7, and 8 bands or more, so you can really customize that EQ, and you're probably going to want it too, so you can boost more signal in. Anyways, I don't have a phantom mic, so I can't try out the phantom power, but you do absolutely must have a EQ on your vocals, which they did that right. Okay, your vocals need to be EQable before it goes into the computer, actually, even before you do it live. But like I said, guitar doesn't have to. Keyboards don't have to be EQ'd. Actually, it's best if they do run flat on the boards, because even on my boards, I've always run the keyboards flat right in the middle at 12 o'clock. The keyboard has to have its own sound going through to be proper. Otherwise it can actually over-distort, or it could sound like hell. Just garbage. The channel 3 and 4 combo channel needs more output, needs higher gain output. Right now it's got very little in comparison to even the guitar channel. And you know, the guitar channel is a little on the weak side, but at least it's strong enough to keep up with the vocals. But the bigger problem of the entire system here is the lack of output preamp power in total to my Yorkville speakers, which, like I said, their volume control on each speaker is set at halfway, which is giving me 45 watts a side. Okay, I'm not even getting about 5 watts out of these things with this board. I plug these things into my Yamaha. We are not staying in this room, okay, at the same sort of levels, all right? In fact, my microphone's going to feedback pretty bad at that because of how close I am in the room. So, yeah, it does have a cool little meter here to tell you when you're clipping your output. So you got green and you got red, kind of like you got your little red clipper here for your mic gain. If you use a wireless mic, they have their own preamps, most of them anyways. Mine does anyways. I have a Newmark wireless mic, and it has its own preamp that pushes the signal even stronger into a board. You know, and that would actually be handy to use that in channel 3 and 4 actually, because you might actually get somewhere. So yeah, overall, I'm sorry, guys at Phenyx. I know you're watching this because I had to send you guys the video clip. I'm sorry, but I really do not care for this mixing board, and until you redesign it and you change a few things for the better, including output even at the final stage, it's not a viable product in my books, not even for a beginner noob. I would not recommend this thing to anybody. I'm very sorry, but that is exactly what it is. You know, and I'm not being biased because, you know, I don't have top of the line gear in here. But the gear I do have is more than adequate. I'm just telling you guys how it is. You guys know I'm very honest. You guys know I'm very upfront, and that I know my stuff really, really well. The guys at Phenyx seem to feel from their email that, you know, they also agree that I know my stuff pretty good, and that's why they wanted me to do this review. Unfortunately, it's gone to the bad side of the house, not the good side. And that's too bad because, you know, the design factor, with the exception of this garbage delay, the rest of it's actually pretty good. You know, it does, like I said, it needs more output through the main channels, and especially the output stage to the monitors. That should have a lot more preamp out into the monitors than what it has, because that's just horrible. And you guys saw it for yourself, cranking everything full blast. I mean, hey, come on, you know. Anyhow, very disappointed in this, but, you know, that's kind of the way it goes. But it's an all-metal construction, except for the sides are plastic. The USB, you can plug in like this, and then this, like this, goes to your computer, and you can go to your recording software, PC or Mac, doesn't matter. But unfortunately, I'm not going to recommend this mixer. I'm sorry. It's not a very good product. They fix it, they make the proper changes. Maybe we can try this again, hopefully, if they're not too mad at me. But, you know, it's just the way it goes. Anyways, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry this is a bum product. You know, it's not very viable, but it is a good beginner setup, so you don't have to know a lot. But unfortunately, even for a beginner, with these outputs, even, you know, it's nasty, man. It's just totally nasty. It's just, no. Sorry. Anyways, I gotta get out of here, guys. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of the demo, and, you know, even what I had to say about it. You know, give her a thumbs up, you know, or the opposite if you felt like it was crappy, you know. But thumbs up anyways, or thumbs down, it's up to you. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because I have more gear videos going to be happening this year as well, you know, as time progresses. But I also have other videos too, like RC and other stuff that I do. I'll have videos for that as well, for those of you who like to watch that stuff. Until then, catch you later.